my pleasure to welcome everyone in today's program of Startup Roast, specifically organized by CSMB, Chamber for Advancement for Small and Medium Businesses. And today we have with us, what we will initiate, let me introduce myself. My name is Mr. Amodoshok Sargaonkar, and I am the director at CSMB. So first, I'm taking this chance to take you through a couple of our activities, and then we can proceed with today's main speaker, Mr. Kaushal Dongre. Just give me a moment. Is it viewable, Diksha?
Yes. Just make it full.
Yes. So thanks a lot. So basically, the mission and vision of the CSMB is to work very closely with all the stakeholders into the micro, small, and medium businesses, make them more resilient and make them stronger backbone of the Indian economy. So in short, even if I have to say right now also we are working with many of the MSMEs. They approached us for various of their reasons, particularly how to reach out for various of schemes of MSME to the government, how to take the advantages of them, what shall be the process, and rest of the things. So these are few of our objectives of the CSMB. So we represent MSME in various forms. One of our main aim is to empower farmers to become an entrepreneurs. And it is like one of the thing, or I can say one of the skills or speciality of us is we have quite good connect in the academic sector, at the same time in the industry sector, as well as with the government. So to connect all those dots together for the maximum, to bring the maximum efficiency in day-to-day life of MSME, that is possible for us, and we are doing that each and every day. So we have already assisted many of the SMEs in the past, and one of our aim is to make them better or to help them in their growth in the coming time as well. And in order to do that, we are consistently arranging many of the capacity building programs as and when as the situation is coming. Next month also we are holding one program specifically for the MSMEs in the Nandurbar district. At the same time, we also arranged various of study tours, knowledge enhancement kind of activities, then strategic tie-ups, and we also organize and participate in various of our exhibitions, either solely or in along with the MSMEs. So this is our advisory board, which is consist of Smita Lele ma'am. She is one of the emeritus professor of ICT Mumbai Institute of Chemical Technology. Then Dr. Prakash Kondekar, who is the naturopath expert. Dr. KD Kameji, who is a retired joint CEO of KVIC. And Professor Pramod K. Raghavji, who is the pro-president of Jayoti Vidyapit Women University, Jaipur. Besides that, we have the core committee, which is headed by the chairman, Dr. Prabodh Hardeji. He also works, or he heads the technical regulatory segment of Marico Limited. Then Nilesh Leleji, who is the founding president of CSMB. Umesh Kameji, who is secretary general. Myself, the director, followed by Rupaji, Arpitaji, and rest of the people. So there are many people from various backgrounds and various industries and various regions, so that it will be cumulative for each and everyone. So among the initiatives, we are consistently running the knowledge series, trainings, then Startup Buddy program, which is quite useful, particularly for the budding startups, or I can say the students, those who are just coming up with their ideas and would like to progress further by taking all sort of help from the various segments. So we help them in all those sort of things through this program. Then Food Tech Pathshala, it is particularly dedicated to the various things of food industry. Here precisely we conduct various of courses many a times in a free way, and now we have started in a very professional way the industry dedicated particular courses which have already been started, you can please visit our webpage and you will come to know about what exactly it is. Then we have our own dedicated investor network. So many a times, many organizations reach out to us and we help them to connect with the right sort of investor. Technology transfer. So it is like we work with various of the academia, or you can say the universities and colleges. So we help them transferring of technology from their research units to the ground for the startups or for rest of the organization. Then regarding Purna Brahma magazine, I'm really pleased to know you people about the Purna Brahma magazine. It is of its first kind, initiated around a year ago and around 2 years ago. And particularly, it has now reached to more than 3 lakh people. So that's one of the good thing from our end. Then we have quite a good connect with various organizations in the industry, and because of that it is possible for us to make the forward linkages for many of the startups. Then we are working closely with the government and foreign agencies. So when I'm saying foreign agencies, so in that sense we work closely with the consulates. We help them introducing their products over here. At the same time, if there are any organization, those who are working over here and would like to take their products outside of India, then we help them arranging those sort of meetings. Then study tours and exhibitions are day in, day out part. And we have also the women entrepreneurship cell. Then among the knowledge series, it is like if you go and check our YouTube channel, you may found many of the very important topic related various webinars. So more than 100 webinars, you will find it over there. Almost now the figures are old, but there are almost more than 20,000 people who have already attended live, and views have also crossed in a very great capacities these days. Then I think these things I have already explained. Among these, one of the thing which I haven't spoke is the buyer seller meet. So we are conducting couple of times the buyer seller meet directly. We did that in a very great way, particularly during the pandemic time, and we have quite couple of things in mind to take it on some other level in coming time. And of course, with due passage of time, we will announce for that as well. This I have explained. So this is regarding magazine subscription. So for those who would like to take the physical copies, for them only the subscription may required. Otherwise, you are totally free to download it from our website. And right now we are working particularly with the perspectives of entrepreneurship development program. So we work in collaboration with banks and with college and universities. We are conducting student internship trainings, recruitments, then the training programs for SHG self-help groups, particularly those who are associated and can take the benefit from the MCDC or MSAMB. MCDC is Maharashtra Cooperative Development Corporation and MSAMB is Maharashtra State Agriculture Marketing Board. So we are quite doing collaboration with them for various of our activities. Recently, like when I was saying regarding collaboration with universities and other things, recently last week we have conducted the Milletomania in collaboration with the Somaiya College. And about Food Tech Pathshala, I have already explained. So these are few of the achievements. Like there are more than 250 plus food startups, those who are the part of either the ecosystem or through the mentorship or startup buddy program. Then few of the startups, the count is actually large. The PPT is old. So we have taken up a few of the startups who have pitched their ideas in front of investors, and they are very close to get the funding. And then technology transfer in fruits and vegetable processing, turmeric processing, dehydration, winery, those few of the things, those are in a process stage. I can say we are working out with few of the organization or a food industry people to bring few of the new things. Then in member benefits, the most benefit I can say is we have quite rich connect in the food industry, in the academia, in the government sector, and many a times, like what I personally feel is required is to the transfer of information on the right time when it is required, and that's what lacking in many of the cases in many of the other organizations. So it is like the things are existing over there, but many of the small startups or the small organizations are not aware of it. So through those kind of linkages, many of the organizations got quite good benefits, and we will continue doing that work. This is just something about our membership. Through that a logo also you may able to join. And these are few of the events. This is, you may have heard about the Anuga or the Anutake or the Anu Food. So we are one of the very strong partner for the Anu Food for last couple of years, and we are dedicatedly conducting their programs in collaboration with MSME. We have recently conducted a few programs in support of a food industry. So Mr. Praful Umre is there, who is the Assistant Director of MSME Development Department of Mumbai. And in this Anufood conference, there were many startups. To put it in the numbers, more than 42 startups we have helped them leveraging in getting the market promotion scheme of MSME. So those things are also in process, and they got those benefit particularly because of association with the CASMB. Then this is one of the Fund Quest program which we have arranged for many of the startups. It has held in Bengaluru last year in the month of September. So when I was speaking about that Investor Connect, so this is one of its kind. And then many of you have heard about the USEC. So last year in the same month in September, we have conducted the program particularly about the soy food uses and business opportunities. Soy food has a large, what I can say, the large applications in the food and feed business both. So in relation to that, we have conducted this program. And this is about the Z certification awareness. So like I was telling you, we are collaborating with MSME and conducting a lot much of programs. So it is not restricted only to the food, but rest of the segments as well. And in December 2022, last year, we have taken up almost around 5 to 6 startups along with us to the Dubai event. This event was also collaborated with US Soy Council, and there those were the CSMB members. They got quite good advantage, and they got a chance to pitch in front of few investor and few main members. So those sort of advantages many of CSMB members got. And this is recently conducted program in the month of January. And other than this, we have recently conducted program in collaboration with Ministry of Consumer Affairs, wherein many of the business startups, more than 150 delegates have arrived last week, which was addressed by the Secretary of Department of Consumer Affairs, Government of India. So lot much of activities and events we are conducting on timely basis. And now I will not take much of the time, so we can go to directly Kaushal Dongre ji. So just give me a moment. So today now we have with us very young and dynamic Mr. Kaushal Dongre ji. He is the founder of the Pawak Foods, and the brand is particularly known for the natural jaggery. And I think instead of me introducing him, let's hear directly from his mouth itself. So warm welcome to you, Mr. Kaushal, at today's program. Please introduce about yourself and your organization.
Right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much, Amoji, for inviting me. It's an absolute pleasure. So at Power Foods, we are basically the first in the country to introduce jaggery in small innovative cubes form. The journey started way back in 2014. Just to give a brief of it, when I had gone to meet my mentor, Dr. Prabodh Halde, with my passion to do some sort of, I wanted to do something in production. Having a factory or something which fascinated me right from the beginning. So when I went to meet him, I told him that I want to get into production or something. So in that first meeting itself, he basically changed my mindset and said that, Kaushal, the most important aspect in any business is to learn the art of selling. So first learn how to sell something, and then as a part of backward integration, you can think of getting into production. And since my native place is Karad, which is a part of Kolhapur belt, world renowned for jaggery, he gave me this idea that, there's no one who had thought of building a brand in jaggery way back then. A lot of other commodities like sugar, rice, there were quite a few brands then, but no one had actually built a brand in jaggery. So, but he had also told me that, if you come up with these half kg, 1 kg blocks, you'll not be able to make a mark for yourself. You'll have to come up with something innovative. We basically did an extensive consumer survey. Then we found that, consumers were basically reluctant to use jaggery on a daily basis because of the inconvenient size and unhygienic packing, and a lot of adulteration was happening. So we realized that, there's a potential here where we can, if we come up with an innovative product and address these concerns of the consumers, we can make a mark for ourselves, or, work on building a brand. And with this, we basically did a lot of R&D, and finally we came up with this small jaggery cubes. We also, right from the start, I mean, when we started, in a couple of months, we filed for the patent, and now we are glad to share, we've got the process patent for jaggery cubes, and also another patent for, enhancing the jaggery shelf life. So yeah, I mean, we've grown from, 6 lakhs turnover to almost more than 8,000% to almost 5 crores now.
That's great. That's great. And first of all, congratulations for, filing the patents and successfully achieving it. The journey is also very much beautiful. So as per you, means what do you think? What is the market size of jaggery in general you see at the Indian market? And like how you were telling that you are special, particularly into the natural kind of jaggery. So means which are the different, whether there exist different types of jaggery, and in particular then why you focused purely on the natural jaggery?
Right. So if we talk about the market first, the annual market for jaggery in India itself is almost 55 lakh tons. And out of that, I would say, almost 75 to 78% of the market is for the loose jaggery, which is 5 kilos, 10 kilos, and 30 kilos. Then you have this half kg, 1 kg blocks category, packed jaggery, which is almost 18% or so, 18 to 20%. And 2% is premium jaggery, where we are basically placed. So the market size is somewhere around 20,000 crores in India itself. And for the premium jaggery, around 2%, it comes down to almost 1,000 crores as of now. And we see that, as the funneling takes place, from the loose to packed and packed to premium, we see that in the next 5 years or so, the market for the premium jaggery itself will go from 1,000 crores to 2,000.
Okay, so which are the main players, those who exist particularly in that premium segment, and then how you are finding yourself over there?
Right. So to be very honest, we as of now, we are the only one who are completely focused on jaggery as such, to build a brand in jaggery. And there are a few players. I mean, there are some brands, but for them, jaggery is one of the products. They are also dealing in a lot of other products as well. But very few there are who actually thought of staying focused on jaggery, and we are one of them. And as of now, we have presence in Gujarat, Maharashtra, Telangana, and Karnataka. And going forward, we want to become we want to have a pan-India business.
Okay, so did you mean to say that when that 1,000 crore market is there, so majority of those figures are coming precisely from the unorganized market or the unbranded market, and in branded there are only few players, or maybe perhaps you are going to be one of the main player? How it is? It is just from the general point of understanding I'm asking.
Right. So basically, what happened is, before COVID, actually when COVID struck, people understood the importance of jaggery as far as the immunity is concerned. So I still remember, when COVID struck around and the financial year just started in the first week of April, I just prayed to God, that considering the scenario and the whole situation, I just prayed to God that, I should be able to just pay salaries to my employees. Just see to it that you take care of that. I'm able to basically do that. And then, over a period of time, once things improve, business, we can grow the business. But to be To be honest, I'm grateful that during the COVID time, actually our business grew almost 100%. The reason being, people started moving. Uh, people had already started moving from refined sugar to jaggery, but since COVID time, the percentage has gone up considerably. So and from COVID, a lot of people have now understood, that jaggery is one industry where you can actually uh, make a mark for yourselves, or there's an opportunity here. But a lot of them are basically concentrating more on production first, and then looking for the market. Where I'm fortunate enough when Dr. Prabodh basically told me to go the other way around.
Yeah. So yes, I agree with you. In fact, I have also seen many of the businesses, those who have taken the efforts and shown the guts to come on the ground, particularly during the pandemic time, they have grown very well. I mean, so
Right,
I
absolutely.
fully correlate with you that 100% growth. But in particular, as soon as the signs were there that the COVID had started deepening down and the things were coming to the normal. So when you consider or when you compare those particular years, like they say during COVID, and when now the COVID is almost over, so have
Right.
you seen the deep in the, or you can say the downward trend of that flourish trade, or whether it has come to, I can say, uh, towards the growth compared to before COVID situation? How are the trends?
Right. So basically, we saw during the COVID times the sales went up considerably, and once the situation started improving, the growth has been pre-COVID level. We've been growing, but now not as not
Yeah.
as the time when we were doing during COVID time, but the growth is there because, as I said, the agri industry itself is gaining a lot of traction.
Right, right, right. And as per you, how is the export trend, particularly for this category?
Export market or the export opportunity also very big. As per the data of APEDA, the Agriculture Produce Export Development Authority of India, I think in 2019-20, India had exported almost 3 lakh tons of jaggery, and 2021 we've exported almost 5 lakh tons. 5 lakh tons. Yeah, so I mean the market is growing considerably. The only issue is again with the spoilage and the fungus problem that is there with this with jaggery as a product per se. But as I said, since we have this P technology that we've developed and the patent that we have for it, we have the upper advantage for that as well.
Okay, okay, that's great. So presently you are also exporting, or you are just spread into the domestic trade only?
So now we are basically tapping export market as well. We've already received a very serious. We are in serious talks with a very big company in UAE, and we should soon crack the deal.
That's great to hear. So in domestic, you are supplying across all the trades, like say the to general trade market, modern trade market, e-com, or it restricted to some sort of trade only?
Right. So we started with general trade. We have distributors in Maharashtra and Karnataka, and then just like 3-4 years back, 3 years back to be precise, we went to DMart, and then now we are supplying to DMart stores as well of Gujarat, Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Telangana.
Okay, and in e-com also you are you already have a presence, or you have the plans to enter?
Yeah, so we are there on Big Basket, and Amazon also we've listed ourselves.
Okay, and how do you see your sales, like the maximum contribution is coming from the GT side, MT side, or the e-com side?
Of course, I mean, DMart. The volumes that DMart gives
Yes,
is
always good.
unparalleled. Yeah, it's unparalleled. But GT is also growing. I mean, we are working on how to basically enhance our presence in the GT market as well, and
Okay.
in MT also we're looking to tap other channels like Reliance and other
Right,
channels.
right, sir. So what problems or hurdles that you find since you initiated your business, and did you see the change in the problems over the years, or it is like, means earlier the problems were this and now those problems have changed their structures and there are new problems, or you see almost the problems are more or less same how it exists before some years and now also. What is your opinion?
Right. So the thing is, the problems actually keep changing. When I started, I remember, right from the start, we thought of, having a margin for the retailers, for the distributors, which was unheard of then. Basically, Jaggery being a part of the Mandi system, uh, the the prices were determined by the market. All the traders who were there in the Jaggery market, they were determining the prices, and we decided that right from we came up with this product at 160 rupees a kilo, so 80 rupees half kg is what we came up with when Jaggery was available at 60, 70 rupees a kilo, half kg, 1 kg blocks. I personally, when you start, you don't have a team or anything, you just, do it on your own. So if I'm not wrong, I met almost 100 retailers then. And then everyone was like, almost 95 to 98. So store said that, boss, good. तो 60 रुपए किलो कभी बिक ही नहीं सकता. एक जन ने तो बोल दिया, बॉस मैं अपने टोपी निकाल के रख दूंगा अगर आप ये बेच के दिखा सको तो. Said, we'd done a certain survey, we'd seen that, the demand would be there. We just, convinced or told them on the condition that, consumer is the king. You keep the products there, and if they don't get sold, we are there to take them back. And, there was an unmet need, and gradually, consumers like the product, and all the retailers who, turned us down then are doing business with us now. This is how we started initially. Then when the demand picked up, since it's a part of the cottage industry, there's no proven technology for Jaggery, right? So you would go dry by July, August maximum. So September, October, November, we were our market used to be completely dry, and so that was a challenge. Then the demand was there, but we were not able to supply because production we were not able to produce, at a large scale. So those challenges were there. Then when the production went up, after we basically started supplying to DMart and all, we stocked the product because this is a seasonal product, right? So the production happens from November to April, March, April max. From May to August, October, November, you have to stock the product. So around 2019, when the Kolhapur floods happened, it basically impacted our region as well, and almost 30 to 40% of our stock got damaged. There was spoilage issues. So when we decided, when we didn't have production, we had this supply issue. When we started having production and we had the product, something like this came up. Now that after COVID, when the demand is there, the production is good, the competition has crept in, and the margin pressures have gone up. So what I meant to say that, the problems keep changing. It's never a situation where you'll not have a problem. अरे अभी हो गया सब, अब यहाँ से एकदम smooth है. As you keep going on your entrepreneurial journey, the challenges and the problems keep changing.
Right. Do you think that the entrepreneurship is for everyone?
For this, it's a very typical answer, I would say. I mean, in the sense, everyone says, that you need to have that passion to be an entrepreneur, but which is actually very true. If you ask me, even before starting Pavak, I used to play till the age of 21, 22. I was playing cricket. I was basically wanted to pursue career in cricket. And then I think for the next few years, I tried my hand at a few ventures, but I did not succeed. So here you understand the importance of mentor as well. It's not that I didn't put in efforts then, but to get the right guidance from the mentor and to basically channelize your work towards the right thing is what matters a lot in the long run. And that is what happened when Power started with Dr. Prabodh's guidance. I got the line properly, and basically I could grow from there.
So basically you got a very good mentor, but in general, suppose now if the startups need to choose some mentors, what would be your suggestion that how they will choose exactly which good mentor would be?
The thing is, I mean, when I went through these failures initially before starting Power, I just felt, that my dad was a government servant, and he always thought, I'm basically a Maharashtrian, so from a Maharashtrian background, and my family was of the view कि boss कुछ नहीं business नहीं आप कुछ तो कहीं पे job वगैरह ले लो business अपने Maharashtrians के लिए नहीं है. But I somehow felt, if I know the kind of hard work that I can do, and if I put the same amount of hard work for my own venture, eventually I'll succeed. And I firmly believe in, this quote from Paulo Coelho's The Alchemist book. When you really want something, the whole world conspires to achieve what you want. So that is how I believe. I met Dr. Prabodh and things started moving. Answering to your question, I believe, I think even Food Tech Pathshala and CSMB also helps in getting the right mentors. You've been helping a lot of people to find the mentors, and there's a mentoring program, mentor-mentee programs also you've been conducting. So I'm sure, aspiring entrepreneurs can look at that option as well.
Yeah, I agree about you. And even the example you mentioned, like I also recently met Dr. Prabodh Haideji, and the kind of inspiration and energy he is carrying with himself each and every day, and the way he motivates the other people, that's not an easy job. So I think you did wonderfully over there. How do you think, means in your business, you were since start, like after finishing of your graduation or post graduation, you jump into the business, or it is like you worked somewhere for some time and then you joined the business? That is first thing. And another thing, have you raised any sort of funds in the previous manner, or right now also you are looking for anything in order to expansion of the business, or kind of thing?
Right. So basically, after completing my graduation, I studied law, and after completing my legal studies, I did these 4 or 5 other ventures where I tried my hand at and I could not succeed. But just I think the initial 6-8 months I did work for the textile industry, but somehow it was never in me. I just thought, I want to do something of my own. So initial years till Power started, there was a lot of friction at home. They were basically worried what Kaushal will do. But yeah, I'm thankful to God, that things have fallen in place now. As far as funding is concerned, Dr. Prabhu also, he's basically told me one thing, and another investment banker friend of mine, he also, has been telling me since start that, start small. Whatever you do, start small. So, whenever you make mistakes, you have the opportunity to recover, or, recover the ground again or restart again. If you basically start with something really big, it becomes difficult to basically, if you basically come across any issue which you're not prepared for, it's very difficult to basically, again get on the line or take your business towards a growth trajectory. So that is what I did. Started small. So we've not raised any funds as of now. We've just got working capital from Bank of Baroda. But now with the platform relatively strong, we're looking to raise some funds in the near future.
That's great. So while speaking related to the different problems, you also mentioned that during your initial days, you used to supply to most of the retailers. Wherever they face problem, you have also shown the guts that they can give their stocks back to you, or a kind of thing. So just one question, because I come from the retail industry in particular, and whether you are giving that support right now as well, or how usually the RTV terms work, particularly in the jaggery business, because that is quite common when you go, for the various FMCG products, or for that matter, even the frozen food products. So have you faced any sort of problems, particularly because of that terms? And while signing the TOTs, particularly with the modern trade, any other challenges that you would like to share over here, so that many of the entrepreneurs, startup, or students, those who are listening to you, they can understand?
Right. So, one of Power's USP is that even now we basically, we tell all our channel partners that we'll be taking 100% whatever stock goes bad. I mean, return to vendor is a policy that we are the only ones basically. I mean, as far as I am aware, in jaggery industry, there's no one. मतलब गुड़ एक बार आपने बेच दिया तो वो आपका हेडेक है, हम लोग नहीं देखेंगे. But Pavak, all the retailers know that Pavak is the one who basically believes in taking the stock back. And the reason behind is if you really want to make a brand, you cannot you cannot do that unless you own up the responsibility. With that, what I mean is when you get spoilage issues, you understand what are the problems that are happening and at what scale they are happening, and then you are on your toes. You keep working on it. So initial 5-6 years, even I had a lot of issue with this fungus issue. I had sleepless nights, to be very honest, and with the kind of returns I used to have, it was a very scary situation then. But we kept on. Jaggery Cubes is sort of it's my baby, and I said that no matter what, we will basically get a solution for this. And again, Dr. Prabodh with his expertise is always there, and with the help of AFST Mumbai also. Nilesh Lele, Mr. Umesh Kamble, everyone has been instrumental in Pavak's journey. All the AFST Mumbai members, they've been really kind and helpful and been there for us whenever we've required.
That's great. So right now you are not getting much of the problems related to those kind of stuffs like returning of stocks on a greater scale or nothing like that. You have now streamlined it.
Right. So now, as I said, we've got the second patent for this drying process. It's a hurdle technology that we've developed. It's speed technology that we call Pavak technology, and a drying process which basically enhances the shelf life of jaggery. And that is the biggest advantage that we have. Even if we stock the product for like 3-4 months in the cold storage, and once we do this process that I'm talking about, it's like day one for jaggery. From there, we can have it's like the production has happened that day, and from there we can have the shelf life of 1 year for that jaggery. So it's been a lot of hard work, a lot of research that has gotten into it. But yeah, I mean, grateful that a solution has come up, and the percentage has reduced considerably. Considering, I mean, what we were facing earlier, the percentage has come down considerably.
Okay. And say how, what do you think, how the efficiencies can be built, particularly during the initial days of this startup formation? Like maybe entrepreneurs might be interested to know this. I particularly also face this problem because it is like, even if you are much efficient, you wanted to do number of things, but in how many places and in how many kind of work you can do at a time. So it is like we have to give it to someone, and then like being the startup owner or being the founder, we want everything in the right shape. So it is very much difficult to understand those kind of skill set required for the business, like how others can correlate with you. So how do you face, have you faced those kind of challenges in the initial phase, and how particularly you tackle that?
So my learnings, if you basically would want to sum it up, my learnings would be, you want to start something, if you're able to find an unmet need in the market, I mean, that helps a lot. You could find something where the need is there and you could fill that gap, and that helps, to basically have a good start, I would say. Second, I would say, getting the financial intelligence or financial knowledge as soon as possible. When you start your entrepreneurial journey, I believe, getting the knowledge of financial aspect of it is very important. So a particular book, I would say, Romancing the Balance Sheet by Anil Lamba. That's a book which helped me, and it changed the way I do business, or the important aspects that needs to be taken care of to see to it that you keep growing gradually and constantly. And third, of course, is people skills. I believe by people skills I mean that interpersonal skills is a very important aspect in this journey, be it with your colleagues, with your subordinates, with your vendors, and with your basically the raw material suppliers. Your relation with them is very important. During your tough times, these are the people who will be there with you. It has to be you need to have some sort of connection apart from the business with these people. And if you have that, it helps during the tough times.
Yes, absolutely. But one of the thing like what you were mentioning, so since start, like when you have formed the company, so that time it is like if you have to get the skillful people on board, even at the be it initial time or be it a later time. If you want the skillful people, then you have to pay higher. And if there are unskilled people, then you can manage with the low salaries as well. So during earlier days, whether you were able to get skillful people at the start only, or that time also you manage with some sort of people available, get them trained, tried to bring them onwards, and then started looking at the other verticals, or how it was.
Exactly. Initially, as you rightly said, it's very difficult to get the right talent, because when you're a startup, it becomes difficult. You cannot, first is from the financial aspect as well, and also the talent that you're trying to hire, they also look that the uncertainty is there, so they also are basically reluctant to join you. But initially, as you have one or two employees, and you are the accountant, you are the delivery boy, your card says managing director, but it's like you're doing everything. And over a period of time, but the business grows. All you have to do, I personally feel that what we need to do is make every day, utilize every day in the best possible manner, and just keep hoping that things improve and you keep growing. And as the journey unfolds, you know you get the solutions, you get the right people. I mean, it's basically sort of you have to be at it, be persistent, stay determined, and slowly it basically keeps unfolding, is what I would like to say.
I completely agree with you, and I was laughing continuously because I was reminding the same days we used to carry all those cards, chief operating officer or this and that, but we used to do all sort of things. And recently during one of the program, I can say, in fact, ICFOST, which happened in the last month. So that time we were on the dais, and Dr. Prabodh they was saying, you can ask these entrepreneurs how to laugh even there is no money in your account or in your pocket, and that's the hard truth. Means you have to manage those days as well.
Absolutely.
Really nice, and it was very good to hear from you. So before opening up for rest of the people, like you also mentioned about the innovation, like that dried technology you talked about. So that is something different which only you are doing, say either in India or for that matter in the world. That is one thing. And other than that, any other innovations or strategies that is in your mind which may be good for the health of particularly the jaggery business, or for that matter the food industry? Anything is there related to innovations? If I have to ask you, you would like to add something?
Sure. So a lot of work needs to be done. Even now I see there's no standardization in jaggery industry. I mean, all the manufacturers most of the manufacturers that you find in jaggery, or the players that you have in jaggery, uh, since there is no standardization, you don't get the uniform quality of jaggery. So a lot of work needs to be done. Apart from my journey of growing power, I feel that there's a lot of contribution that I can make to basically upgrade this industry, or give whatever best I can do with my knowledge and the contacts that I've been developing. So I certainly see a lot of opportunity there to make basically an impact as such. And as far as new products are concerned, of course, we're looking to introduce a few more variants of jaggery. Jaggery based products also is what we have in our minds. I mean, a lot of industries, they are basically looking to replace refined sugar with jaggery. So the trend is changing for sure. And we're also looking to, now that we have a brand per se in certain areas where we are present, we are looking to find opportunities where we can come up with different variants of jaggery as well as jaggery based product.
And other than this normal sales like this modern trade or e-com, have you also started meeting with many of the consulates, attending their different programs, which can particularly give you the chance to introduce yourselves at their mind, so that they may check particularly for their countries also. By any mean you have tried or started doing that as well?
No, I mean, I'm going to come to CSMB now for that. I just got to know from your presentation that you're helping in that way as well. So it'll be a pleasure to meet you soon, and I would love to have look at that opportunity to basically grow my business and export opportunities through this channel as well.
Definitely, definitely. You are always welcome. So I'm opening the floor for any question answers in case if anyone would like to ask. Just give a moment. Just let me check. Just
Hi,
Yes.
I am all Prabodh.
Sir.
yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was hearing both of you.
Great,
So, yeah, so I just want to say from my side, congratulations CSMB for conducting such kind of inspirational talk by the successful or failure startup, because there is no learning stoppage of learning. Either you are success or you are failure. A small initiative, whoever picks up, and that can you can learn, and then you can carry your business. So I congratulate CSMB team for inviting such kind of people, and particularly today's speaker is Kaushal, and who is as Kaushal has said, he is my friend's son. And let me tell you, the one of the quality of the mentee and one of the quality of the startup is perseverance, and the confidence on your own idea. I think Kaushal has shown that kind of perseverance, staying with the tune and changing also, because it is very difficult in the startup. You bring the idea and then you become kind of arrogant that you know everything, and then because it is your baby, and then you don't want to listen to the people. How you are moldable, you are resilient, and also perseverance. Both these qualities are very, very important for the startup. I am supporting more than 40-50 startups, but one of these two qualities are so unique. People are eager, people want to jump into the startup, and their love for the startup stays for only 1 year. After that, they shift to the new startup. I think that is also very dangerous. But same time, if you are loving your idea but you don't want to change your way of doing the things, that is also dangerous, because you need to update yourself, you need to change your way of working, you have to adopt the new things, you have to go to the people, and you should know to say no. I don't know. It's okay to say I don't know and learn from others. I think Kaushal got both the qualities. Being a humble person, he's not from the technical, but I challenge you. Many of our professor may not have a 2 patent in his name, but Kaushal got a 2 to 3 patents in his name, and that showed the if you listen to the people, and if you listen to the experts like Annapure sir, Chitale sir, and a non-technical person can also have a patent in the technical ability. So it is just observation. So I
that is
congratulate
because of your
Kaushal.
blessings, sir. That is because of your blessings.
No, blessing is, see, God is everywhere, but God only satisfy only few, those who are consistent, transparent, and sincere. So I give a credit to the mentee and I congratulate him, but the challenges are many. Number one challenge, this industry is unorganized industry to the tune of 98%.
Right.
So the people who are successful, they don't want to see what is unorganized and organized. Unorganized industry doesn't have any rule of the success. Whatever the money they earn, they don't put back into the organization, or they don't put into the industry. They suck the money and put into the other. So the industry never grow as an industry. Their business may grow. So one has to understand that when you are a part of the ecosystem of the business, like you are a part of the, like takes the example of Jaggery, how much money you are putting back into the research. So for Kaushal, he may be putting 12% of his earning back into the research, which is he's doing from inception. This is something really mind blowing. Nobody will do 12% of his earning back into the research. He is doing that.
Right.
So in the unorganized sector, what happened? The people who earn money because of sheer price difference, they don't put money back into the Jaggery industry, Jaggery business. They will put back into the transportation. They will put money into the real estate, will put money into the shares. But how the industry will grow? So one thing what we required, many people like Kaushal should come into the business. Let there be a competition. Let there be a innovation. Let there be a kind of risk-taking ability to grow more. But people should take this business seriously and put money back. All organized sectors requires money. We require more technical people to be employed. One of the problem in the startup ecosystem is that we cannot pay money to the people unless you get a funding. Shark Tank and all is more dangerous to see because that is only a 1% of the startup. 99% cannot get a funding. And it is like getting admission in IIT. There are only few people who get admission in IIT. And that's the way I would say the funding. Funding cannot come to everyone. Funding only comes to the 1% of the startups or the businesses. 99% has to struggle their own. And I think we need to cater to the 99 and how to make them sustainable business. So I congratulate our efforts of CSMB. And next time we should bring women, we should bring many other entrepreneurs to say their success stories and also to their failure stories. Let this platform be seen as sharing the learning, whether success or failure. We can learn more things from the failure stories rather than the success stories. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot, sir, for your very wise words. I 100% agree. And there one question come from Mr. Rajendra ji. In this case, whether network marketing will help. So to you, Kaushal ji.
Of course, I mean, network marketing in the sense multi-level marketing is what he means, or
so that he haven't defined anything.
Okay. What for me, I look at every sale being important. It may be just one jar or a big buyer. So in the sense, what I mean is we keep meeting new people. We keep and you never know what kind of opportunity will come up, and if there's something from the person who's actually raised the question where we can actually discuss and do something about it, I'm absolutely open. Network marketing, if I'm not wrong, if he's talking about multi-level marketing like what Amway and all have done, it's a different model altogether. But if there's anything like that or any other opportunity that he's talking about, I'm more than happy to discuss.
Yeah, definitely. Diksha, in case if someone is asking or raising their hands, can you just unmute them?
Yeah, everyone can unmute. So Shekhar ji, you can go ahead.
Yeah. Actually, I'm Shekhar. Hello.
Yeah.
The thing is, I'm into beverage manufacturing, beverage premix manufacturing. I use Jaggery, okay, from itself. But what Jaggery I have is in a powder form with lowest, say, moisture. And but it all available is chemical free, not organic. So are you into organic Jaggery with the lowest Jaggery powder rather, the lowest moisture?
No. So as of now, we don't claim on our packets or our products that it's organic, because we are also working only in chemical free process Jaggery. But it'll be great to have your number going forward once we actually get into the organic segment and we have the organic Jaggery powder. We can get in touch with you. We can also share our samples with you and see whether it could be of any use for you as well.
Okay. In that case, I would love to have your number. I'll speak to you in person afterwards.
Yes, sure.
Definitely.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Anyone else would like to ask anything? Anyone? So I think everyone has inspired and understood your journey in a very well way. So I can say before closing today's session, in case if you would like to give any sort of message to the young entrepreneur or to rest of the people, please go on.
Yeah, as I rightly said, I've shared my learnings, identifying the unmet need, I would say, becoming financially savvy or getting financially wise as soon as possible, and having good interpersonal skills, backed with, of course, passion, determination, and dedication. It's something like, it's like the lifeline of any business. So these are the things that I would like to share, and wish everyone also, all the very best.
Great, great. So thanks again for coming or joining today's sessions. And we would like to wish you a very great success going forward and start engaging with CASMB in more and more manner. Have a
For
good day
sure,
to
for
you
sure.
and to everyone. Thanks a lot, everyone.
Thank
See
you
you in
very
the
much.
next session. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.